Mike. I don't agree with you. Even if you're a good man, that doesn't like the transition is actually not nearly as easy as you made it sound into being a good husband. And here's why. What is a good man? A good man is a principled man and a moral man
A good
who does
character.
what
A
I'm
man of
getting there.
good character. That's a good man.
So imagine that, but him being selfish. Like if there was a point, and I'm talking about me who didn't, like, kind of going back to what Shan just said, who didn't grow up necessarily with a father that was around all the time. Grew up, living the life I was living at the time. Um, I knew how to work hard. I knew how to make money. I knew what I needed to do in order to take care of myself, but I couldn't have led a family. I wasn't equipped to lead a family, not even close. So if I would have gotten married, I'm still busting down everything around me, right? That like there's no way I can lead a family that way. Those are things
That's
you
not
have to.
character though.
Who,
But
who's to say you weren't
That's
a good
not
man
that's
yet?
not that's not a lack of character. That is you going by your most
absolutely
our.
it is.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
not.
who's to say you were
No,
a good
that is
man yet?
our
All that
most
shit you said.
carnal, basic instinct is
You
to
know
bust
what?
a nut.
Let's add this
Period.
one,
That to
Bottom
me
AP.
is
line.
not.
Like I can't. Like
Let's
we. I
let's
that,
add this
that
one, AP. So
okay.
a good man. So we also got to put in context because I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that good man is a good husband thing. Who's to say when somebody becomes a man? Remember, males are born, boys are raised, men are made. So I said man, didn't
So let's
say
define
boy.
a let's define a man. A man is an adult
That's
male. Like
So
that's
no,
a good question though, Trigger Mike, because when I was on a different panel, there was a guy who he said he's from somewhere in Eastern Africa, and he said that where he's from, there's a barrier to entry or something like that, where this you do this that then you are a man. But in America, what even is that? So I think this is a really good question.
It
yeah,
is.
So
So
in
rite
the
of
I'm
context,
curious to
yeah,
hear
passage
you.
in other cultures, there's a specific
Right.
rite of
rite of
passage
passage.
to
Yep.
say that, yeah,
Yeah.
you're
And
now a
and
woman. You're not,
it
for us,
actually
when
has.
we
Yeah,
get
go ahead.
our
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
period. In America, that's when we become always like, oh, you're a woman now. But you got young girls that are getting their periods at 8. So that
Well,
doesn't make them a
we
women.
also can't
You
negate
know,
the fact that in those cultures that do it that way, there's also a lot of teaching and transitioning that happens. So I would even agree that in those cultures, yes, you can call a daughter a woman when she's flowered, because isn't that the same culture where like not even discipline, like all of them get turned over into the care and guidance of their father? Like they almost stop interacting with their mother on a let me give you guidance. Everything comes from their father now. So it's
really, I
like,
thought it was
yeah.
just the boys. I might be wrong. I don't know, but
Well,
I
I no,
do
I don't
think
know. I
it
don't
was,
know
yeah,
definitively either. I'm
yeah.
just saying that when you say a girl is a woman, their rite of passage comes with a level of teaching up to that point and after. So I think they would definitely be grown, and really that even speaks to what I was saying. We have to. I'm not going to define it. I can't right now, but there is a level of maturity that's missing from the way we define men. There's a level of maturity there that takes a boy from takes it from a boy to a man, and I think we need to define that a little better.
But I agree with kind of what I think AP was saying is that you can have good moral grounding, been raised, you know right from wrong, good character, good manners, opening the door, doing those things, but still be, when you're young, like you said, being ran by your penis instead of the stuff that you were taught. But that doesn't necessarily make you not a good person. I think that's kind of what he was saying.
But I also, so the weird part is that young boys open door. So that's manners. Like when I say good character,
Not
we're actually
everybody does that.
no. What I'm saying, no, that to me that's not even in the equation. When we say good character, I'm actually talking about the heavy stuff. I'm
Mhm.
talking about the sex. I'm talking about not playing with a woman's feelings. Exactly. I'm talking about learning how to say no to a woman for the first time and saying, we better not do this. I don't have the intentions to take this any further than this.
At what
So I
age
don't
do
want to
you
hurt your
think
feelings.
men? At what
Who
It's not,
does
it's,
age?
it's, it's not an
boys don't
age.
do
It's an
that? No,
experience.
Shit,
That
who
that
Hey,
does that nowadays?
truthfully, I didn't
Actually, no,
learn
my
that
husband
until
did that.
my early 30s. I mean, like
yeah, I'm like, I didn't say,
like I'm gonna
bro,
keep it
And that's
real. I
my
didn't.
point, is that we're
late
trying to
teens.
tell everybody to get married so young. And at that time, I don't think it's, I will specifically say in America, because other, we
Hmm.
talked about other cultures, but specifically in
So
America, I would say that that's why I don't think men and women, we're saying push them to get married very young. And at the same time, we're saying we don't learn those things in terms of leading a household, in terms of being, until we're older. So it makes sense that marriages, when you get married younger, typically will have a higher increase of divorce rate than it does when you get older. But
yeah.
y'all are saying no, marry young, and
So
it has to
I'm
be.
I'm still on the Mary Young side, but
Not as young, I
when I
think.
say Mary Young, I mean change the culture. So when I'm saying Mary Young, I mean focus young. That's what I mean. I mean take your mind off of the, like, people don't understand that once they don't know how to put the bottle back on the lid. That's all it is. So for women especially, and we need to outline this for them. For women, college is it. That college age is it. Hoe up, like do everything you want to do there. Then it's over. They don't know how to stop after that. Then it's 5 more years. Then it's let me finish my master's. Then it's let me finish my doctorate. Then it's, well, I can freeze my egg. You see how they just,
My
nobody knows how to,
sister, prime example, my older sister
like, they
did that
don't
shit.
know how to stop. So what I'm saying when I say marry young is, yes, I want people to marry young, but I want them to have the training and the mindset. Turn, like, literally, this is, you know how we use the term hypergamy a lot when we say, well, women are just being hypergamous. They're just out here playing the field, finding their options. No, they're not. They're practicing, because if women were actually practicing hypergamy, they would be married and or having children by the best man they could get that could actually take care. There would be no complaints about men. Women are practicing superficial hypergamy. All the superficial bad things they want, that's what they're going after with sex. So that's why I'm saying focus. Take your mind off of that superficial stuff. Focus earlier, because everything that they're crying about now, like I told you, women are two people, right? So when they come on YouTube, they transform into that other person. And I look into, whenever a woman is talking, I try to understand now what she's really saying, right? You dudes ain't shit. You this, that, third, is actually them regretting all the stuff that they did in their past and not having a way to fix it now. That's what I notice when I hear them talk. It's like, I wasted my years, but why couldn't somebody do me wrong? Why won't nobody take me now? I can hear all of that. And what I'm telling the young girls is, that's you. That's you at 40. You will regret everything you're saying. I don't need a man. I'm independent. My job is more important. You will regret at 40. So focus earlier and adopt the mindset to want to learn and be mentored by someone who knows how to be a wife, who gets joy from serving her family the way you're going to want to at 40, but barely got any chance to make it happen. That's all I'm saying.
I know the
If
men
it
are gonna hate
isn't,
me for.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you gotta go,
I'm gonna
Tay.
s- I'm gonna say really quickly, and if it isn't your parents, because I've seen both people that were raised by parents who are married or not. They do both things. They either prioritize marriage or they don't. So sometimes I feel like that's not even a factor, which is interesting. That's a whole nother thing. But even if you don't have some parents that are married or whatever, surround yourself with people who are married. They're gonna be older than you, whether it's like a mentor or something like that. Like the lady who I meet with, who our discipleship, she's 36, so she's not much older than me, but I just learned so much from her. And she talks about motherhood a lot, and I don't have any kids, but just how she serves her husband, and just in the realities of life, and how things are not always great, but and how they include God in their marriage and in their family. But I would say that's another thing. But you have to do that. You have to take the actions and be intentional to surround yourself with people who are living the life that you want to live eventually. And then you can figure out, sometimes that's even quicker than making mistakes and failing and stuff. You're going to fail either way, but figure out what they did, or what helped them along the way, whatever. That's sometimes a quick, and this goes for jobs and whatever, but sometimes that's even better and more effective, and I would say efficient to do that. But go ahead, AP.
No, I was just gonna say something to piss every man in here off. That's all.
Say it.
It's
Say it.
yo, quit planting your seed in any garden and marry marry the marry before you plant that seed and fight. Even if she wants to take the kid, fight. Probably more than most. I know that it's a long, expensive fight. I get it. I get it. I promise I get it. But once you get it right, we will fix a lot of the other little shit that's going on that makes everything else so big. Guys got to do better. Women, we y'all got to keep y'all fucking legs closed.
Right. We got to do better. Absolutely. Like we, men and women both. I mean, I know we try to separate the two. Like we try to hold women accountable for men behavior by saying that we need to do better. So you guys will be forced to do better, which to me just doesn't make
No, that's
sense.
not the point.
Hold on. I do agree that women do need to keep their legs closed, especially if their goal is to be married, have a family, all of those things. But on the flip side of that, I think we need to be giving men the same messaging in regards to don't be trying to sleep with every woman, which is totally opposite than what we teach our men. Like, oh, go sow your wild oats while you young before you settle down and da da da. Oh yeah, good job, good job. That kind of stuff. So I think both of those things need to happen in tandem. So then that way both parties are moving in a more progressive direction towards marriage and family.
And the
So
least
that
cover
Let me
up.
just say this. Let me
Cover
just say this.
up.
Let me just say this. And if that's not the case, if you want to keep your legs open or you want to do whatever to her, be honest about it. The part I don't like is when you manipulate people and you know that person is not down for that and you try to play them to get something out of them. And that's where I have a problem. If you skank like that or you that dog, be that dog and be honest about it. Don't manipulate people out of and make people think it's something else when it's not. Just be honest about yours and move accordingly. Because that's adding extra layers. You sitting here out here damaging people, and I'm just so over it.
You know what? I've never seen a man manipulate a woman with closed legs. I'm just saying.